What up, AOK Mafia? It's your boy Artofkickz, and just like that, we back with another one. Alright, y'all, so we got a video here today from Most Amazing Official. I will have their channel linked down in the description box below. This video here is, thought I heard something. Top 10 times the judge lost control. Numero dos, part 2. I haven't seen part 1, but I came across part 2, so we're going to check out part 2. Y'all boys, girls ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
Hello and welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today we're talking about the top 10 times the judge lost control, part 2. Judges, mad lads, all of them, some of them ladies too. Before we get into it, I just want to ask you guys, have you ever seen a judge in real life, or if you've got any crazy court stories you want to share with me? Let me know in the comment section.
I hate going to court. Oh. I always feel like I did something wrong. Wait, duh. Usually that's the case, right? Not every time, but 99%, 90%. I don't know. I just don't like to go.
And down below. Also, if you guys want to connect with me on social media, there's a link to my Instagram in the description box. Okay, let's start things with some screaming, shall we? At number 10, we have Judge Milan. Judge Milan was fiery from the very beginning in this clip from the People's Court. The judge is kind of cagey to both the plaintiff and the defendant, accusing the defendant of lying. This sassy judge loses it when the defendant kicks her swinging court door. To be honest, I don't really know what's going on, but this was her reaction.
Kick my car too. Who's gonna pay for the car?
Oh, you know what? You just kicked my door. Never mind, I changed my mind.
Yeah, please.
Actually, cause
that's exactly the way.
My favorite part was where she absolutely loses it, though. It has to be this bit.
the heck out of my courtroom now. Out! Out!
I told you he was gonna get locked up here.
Oh, Lord above.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Yeah, he lost that case, I'll tell you that.
Therefore, I find in your face.
She ends the tirade by saying, "Oh Lord," and she bangs her hammer and sighs. The episode aired in September 2017 and was quite the talking point. Another lady judge who had zero chill, we have Judge Merrilee Ehrlich at number 9. In April 2018, Florida Judge Merrilee Ehrlich snapped. She snapped so hard in the face of a sick woman, she lost her job. Sandra Twiggs appeared in court on domestic violence charges and was suffering from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Ehrlich had no time for her sickness, and when the woman complained of needing breathing treatment, the judge responded, "I'm not here to talk about your breathing treatment." When Ehrlich released Twiggs, she said, "You have to arrange for someone to carry you if you cannot get out of here yourself." Many people agree that she was totally unprofessional and very unnecessary.
Yeah.
A video of the judge's behavior was made public, and in it we see...
Oh no. This is the lady here. Oh my God. And she's in the wheelchair. Poor thing. Oh no. Look, they say this judge got fired. Rightfully so. She worked all her life, all them years, to be in this position and to treat someone that way.
her outbursts. Twiggs was reportedly very distressed about...
I was about to say, yeah, the poor lady, of course she would be very distressed, because that situation and being treated that way while you're feeling the way you're feeling, it's only going to make matters worse. She's going to feel even more sick. Dang.
The way she was treated. She died in her sleep a few days later.
You see what I'm talking about? Man. Oh my God.
Broward Chief Administrative Judge Jack Tutter said Judge Ehrlich won't return to the courthouse due to her conduct. He said that she would retire over the summer. Coming in at number 8, we have Magistrate Jennifer Betts. Jennifer Betts is pretty well known in Sydney for her fierce courtroom antics. The magistrate was on the job for 17 years, but one of her cases brought her rude behaviour to light.
I love her, bro.
Betts was presiding over a case in which an 18-year-old girl, Amy Cooper, was caught speeding. When the teenager was trying to explain what happened, Betts reportedly said, "Shut your mouth." She said, "Shut your mouth because I don't think it's going to do any good. Shut up, please."
Ooh, see, that's the thing. Sometimes these judges, they realize the power that they're in, and it's almost as if they feel like they are unstoppable. When I say unstoppable, meaning that they can't say or do any wrong because they have to be right to be in the position that they're in. Everything that comes out of their mouth has to be right. So no matter how upset, angry, irate they may get, they're right, and the person that is whatever committed the crime is always going to be wrong. So they'll use and abuse that power sometimes. I don't know if I could let a judge talk to me like that. I don't think I can do it. You're no better of a human being than I am. You're flawed as I am. You bleed like I do. Shoo! I wish a judge would. I'm not putting on a shirt. Y'all play too much. I already saw it coming.
I'm going to talk to you now, and you listen hard. Miss Cooper's lawyer said that Judge Vett's conduct could only and fairly be described as domineering and bullying behaviour. When reprimanded, Jennifer said that the trials of life put her under too much pressure and she was very depressed. Her outburst wasn't caught on camera, but her own trial was. Coming in at...
I wonder why she was so depressed. I wonder if she had family. I wonder if she had a husband and kids.
Number 7, we have Judge John Cowlen. Being a judge must actually be pretty hard sometimes. Not everyone you meet will be an unscrupulous character, but some of the people that come through your door are likely to be very challenging. That's, I guess, to put it nicely as well. Irish Judge John Cowlen of Nass District in Kildare had zero chill when it came to hearing a case about a defendant who drove without a licence. Sean Byrne was already a repeat offender with 14 previous convictions. The man drove a tractor as part of his job and foolishly was driving uninsured. Byrne's defense solicitor described the man as hard-working and a responsible father, but Judge Cowlen simply responded, "He's a gobshite," and that's the nicest thing I can say about him. The so-called gobshite was handed a 6-year driving ban and a fine of €500. I kind of find it pretty funny. Coming in at number 6, we have Judge Ralph Erickson. Judge Ralph Erickson got scolded by a state Supreme Court in Florida for years of bullish and unprofessional behavior. In his reprimanding, it was voiced that Judge Erickson penalizes people for not understanding how court works, and he was improperly jailing people who failed on their court cost payments. The Supreme Court reprimanded him for his unduly rigid processes and accused him of making it too hard for domestic violence victims to seek protection. In the hearing, the Supreme Court showed a clip of one of his outbursts in 2006. You can watch it.
He has a hard time hearing you.
Have you heard what I said so far?
It was that exchange that started all this in 2006.
He just doesn't seem like a very nice guy. Coming into number 5, we have Judge Jerry Collins. Judge Jerry Collins was a real piece of work. She was nasty, and I mean really nasty, to a domestic abuse victim, which basically is not what a domestic abuse victim needs.
Exactly.
The shocking events transpired in 2015 when Judge Collins berated a woman who didn't make it to a court hearing because of the anxiety and depression she suffered since parting with her attacker. The judge ignores the woman's tears and holds her in contempt of court. She jails her for 3 days. A video of the tirade was posted on YouTube, and it's actually pretty sad to watch. It's been seen over 130,000 times, and the comments section is not forgiving to the judge. This is one of the worst bits for me.
My anxiety, and I'm just...
You think you're gonna have anxiety now? You haven't even seen anxiety.
And then we have this.
Please,
You
please.
should have showed up and you should have showed
I
up.
have a 1-year-old son, and I'm trying to take care of him by myself.
I can hear the pain in this woman. And this judge. Shame on her. She herself hasn't experienced what this woman has gone through. So because of such, she herself doesn't have any sympathy. I feel like judges should go under a sympathy evaluation to see if they're capable of having such. Because some of them don't. Some of them don't have sympathy. And obviously, a good amount of them become numb to the problems and issues of others because of the fact that they see, 20 cases of horrendous things every single day? They should have yearly evaluations.
But I'm begging you, please don't. Please.
She don't
What
care.
party she might order?
She does
This
not
was just
care.
actually really heartbreaking to watch. The girl
Yeah.
pleads that she has a 1-year-old son to look after, and the judge just doesn't seem to care.
Not at all.
After the footage was shared, Judge Collins found herself at the mercy of the Florida Supreme Court, who told her that she violated the state's code of judicial conduct. Chief Justice George Labarger said Collins berated and belittled a victim of domestic violence. He said, "I cannot emphasize how intolerable your behavior was in this case."
Exactly.
Now, the only punishment that the judge received was being publicly reprimanded. Coming in at number 4, we have Judge Quina Lillard. I don't actually really feel like this judge unduly lost it. I would be really angry if someone was laughing during a death trial too. Judge Quina Lillard had 2 people removed from court for speaking and laughing before Amanda Kosel was sentenced for a DUI that killed a 31-year-old man. While the defendant was somber, her friends and family at the hearing were causing chaos and drama when they were being disruptive, and Judge Lillard was having absolutely none of it, and you know what? Good on her. She already threw out one member of the gallery and was discussing how appalling it was that anyone could laugh and smile when a person had died.
Exactly.
She then had to throw out another woman, and she said,
Was sitting there smiling and laughing. Yeah, you can go too.
she then had the woman arrested and thrown in jail for 93 days, which is 3 months. She implored the rest of the courtroom to try it. Coming in at number 3,
Shout out to that judge. Some people ought to be ashamed of themselves. Would you want somebody laughing? Had it happen to you? No! You wouldn't. People make me sick.
we have Judge Jay Hurley. Judge John J. Hurley had absolutely no time for this defense attorney's line of argument. The Fort Lauderdale judge accused public defender Dale Miller of poisoning a case when he suggested that race was the main motivation for a 26-year-old man to hide under a dock wearing a gun holster. In the 2015 trial, Miller said, "Your Honor, in light of what's happening in this country with unarmed black men being killed by police, him running from shots being fired is very reasonable." This was Hurley's initial response.
Look, that is not appropriate in this case. That's not there. I'm not going to let you poison this case with bringing in something that has nothing to do with it.
He then sets the bond at $100,000 on 2 counts. He gets so heated that he then says he needs to take a break. Coming in at number 2, we have Noel Cannon, who said that she would castrate a police officer. Chill out, Noel. This is kind of hilarious on some levels, I have to admit. This judge was pretty spirited in the 70s, and it landed her in hot water. Judge Noel Cannon was rather sexistly nicknamed the miniskirt judge because it was the 70s and successful females scared men way more than they do now, so they had to constantly allude to the fact that she was a woman before they'd let her do her job. Anyway, Judge Cannon was on her way to court and was running late when she was beeping at traffic. Her beeping got her pulled over by a police officer who said, "You know what, honey, stop honking." When she eventually arrived at court, she said to the bailiff, "God damn, get that son of a bitch here, find that bastard. I'm not gonna start court until that son of a bitch is here." She then threatened the police officer saying, "When I find him, I'm gonna cut off his balls and hang them over my bench. I'm gonna castrate him. I'm gonna give him a vasectomy with a 38.
Woo! Woo! This judge had some issues.
As much as I'm sure we can all enjoy her spirit, her outburst was somewhat inappropriate. The
Somewhat.
police officer found out about it, and it led to all kinds of trouble. She was suspended. It seems that this judge was also prone to bringing her pet chihuahua to court, and sometimes a mechanical canary. What? Finally, at number...
That woman was something else, man. She thought wow. It's crazy because during those times, you know, she was able to get herself in that position. She had to work her butt off. And my assumption is that she felt that she had every right to be the way she was. She was entitled to the 3rd degree.
One, we have this very, very famous vulgar exchange. This is a very strange case indeed, and one that was even parodied in Rick and Morty. In in June 2016, a Superior Court judge in Rome, Georgia, absolutely lost it at a defendant who threatened him. Denver Fenton Allen threatened to kill Judge Durham's family. The defendant, who was already serving time for a previous conviction, stood accused of beating his fellow inmate to death in Floyd County Jail in 2015. Allen said to Judge Durham, "I'll cut your children up into pieces. I'll knock their brains out with a effing hammer. I'll feed them to you." He kept going. He said, "The babies will be going, 'Daddy, Daddy, help me.'" This is just very, very grim. When the judge found the defendant guilty of contempt of court, Allen said that he didn't care. The judge then sentenced him to another 20 days for contempt if he said anything else. Of course, he told the judge to F off, and the whole thing snowballed until basically Judge Durham had given him an extra 20 years in jail. The judge seemed to lose it at Allen when he said, "You know, you look like a queer. I know all the inmates love you to death. I'll bet everyone's enjoying effing your glass." Except he didn't say glass, did he? It was obviously quite inappropriate for a judge to say, and I know that he...
Yeah, very, very inappropriate. Woo! But hey, that was a good one.
He'd been threatened, but he couldn't get away with that. The court transcript is actually quite the read. Judge Durham was criticised for his behaviour, although he was not severely punished. Okay, so that was the top...
I'm glad.
10 times the judge lost control part 2.
Woo! Look, we might have to check out part 1 because this was quite fascinating. Man, very, very fascinating. I wonder if they're going to sneak another one in here with this 2 minutes that's left. But anyway, I'm going to have the link down to the original in the description box below. That's not part of my intro, outro. I'm tripping. Y'all know what time it is. If you like this reaction, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. As always, make sure you follow your boy on the gram and Twitter at Artofkickz. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. See ya!